Hello, all my CEO babes. I'm so excited to do this quick mini training to really talk to you about, let's just talk and address the elephant in the room. I'm just going to address the elephant, like I'm just going to pull the curtain away. But really, let's address the elephant in the room of you're spending all day in the DMs rather than working with your clients. And more importantly, rather than focusing on your zone of genius. Now, I really want to address this first thing. You did not start this business to be in your business 24 by 7. And more importantly, you did not leave your 9 to 5 to be working 24 by 7. And what do I mean by 24 by 7? Well, you're working more hours than a 40-hour work week. B, you're working on the weekends. C, you're going to sleep, wondering whether or not you're going to have a business tomorrow, right? And I'm not saying this to be mean or whatsoever, but that is just the truth. And the reason why I know that is because I've definitely been there. And it sneaks up on you. You're concerned about whether or not you're going to have revenue in your business because the moment that your DMs dry up, you're concerned that your revenue will dry up, right? And that concerns you because when you go to sleep at night, you're thinking about your business. And when you wake up, the first thought that comes to mind is your business. And it's honestly, it makes sense. If you love what you do, then you're going to think about it. For example, if you love your spouse or whoever you're with, you're going to think about them. They come up at random points of the day and you think about them because you love them, right? And the same ways you love your business, right? You think about it because you love what you do. But the thing is that there are times in your business where you just don't love doing the things. And there are also times in relationships where you just don't love certain things, right? And that is completely okay. It is a safe space here, first of all. So safe space. But really before we kind of get into the training on really automating, outsourcing your lead gen so you can go to sleep at night not worrying about your business, I really wanted to introduce myself. So my name is Tina Lopez. I am a lead gen automation coach for agency owners, online coaches, and consultants. And really, if you're someone who has wanting to get sales calls in your business without paying for ads or being on social media 24 by 7, you want to automate that and outsource that, then I'm ya girl. Like right here, like have you ever seen those neon signs like in those cartoons where they're like boing, boing, boing? That is me. I'm funny, I have to make this conversation. I have to laugh every now and then. But if you guys are popping on live, I just really want to say hey to those who are popping on live. Thank you for coming on. Please, if you guys are watching this live, feel free to comment live. And if you're watching the replay, feel free to comment replay. But hey, how are you? How are you guys doing? So glad to have you on board and so glad to have you live. So without further ado, let's kind of get into this. If you are watching the replay, if you're watching this live and you're loving what you're hearing, please don't keep me secret. Go ahead and screenshot this and post it to Instagram stories and tag me at Tina Lopez Coaching, and I will share you to my stories so that you can get further reach and traffic to your handles. But without further ado, let's kind of get into it. Well, the first thing that you need to know is that, you probably already know that conversation outreach already works. Right. And the reason why it works is because maybe you've enrolled maybe like 1 or 2, maybe 5 clients with conversation outreach and you've done majority of the work. Right. And conversation outreach works for those who are kind of like new to entrepreneurship. Why? Because when you're new to entrepreneurship, you probably most likely don't have clients right off the bat. And because you don't have clients right off the bat, you have the time to do conversation outreach, right? Because you're not working with anyone. You don't have to worry about client fulfillment and delivering the best service to your client because you're spending your time going to get clients, right? But now you're at this point where, okay, you have clients and now you have organic outreach, right? You have to do the DMs, you have to do selling in the DMs, you have to get sales call leads, you have to drive revenue in your business. And it's all on you and you feel like it's all on you. But this time, when you've already enrolled clients, your time has decreased. And because your time has decreased, you're kind of like, you feel so grateful. I just want to recognize and congratulate you if you have clients and you're working with them, like such an amazing blessing to have. But there is this kind of thing that comes up where it's like, it's almost like you have to choose, right? It's like, do I spend my time, coaching my clients, or do I spend my time driving revenue in my business? Now, that doesn't mean it's all the time scenario, but let me be honest and tell you that you probably have been at that place where it's like, I just need more clients. I need to drive revenue, because if I don't drive revenue, then I'm not going to get more clients. And because I'm not going to get more clients, my business is going to fail. And if my business fails, then what the hell did I quit my 9 to 5 for? Let's be honest. You probably had that thought run through your head, because I know damn well I had that thought run in my head, and you're not alone. But just like, let's just hear how it sounds like when we say it out loud. But we kind of go down this rabbit hole, and I don't want you to go down this rabbit hole. So first of all, if you're that person who's like, damn, Tina, you just like that was me right there in my thought process, please comment me in there so I know that I'm not the only one who has those thoughts, or had those thoughts, if you will. But let's kind of get back to the training. So the thing is that conversation outreach works to a point, but it gets to a point where if you have, a lot of clients, or you have clients and you're running out of time to drive revenue in your business, that is a flag that conversation outreach has done its job and you need to scale your business. Now, what does scaling look like? Well, scaling looks like, at the end of the day, you need to make sure that you are hiring the right candidates and the right people to grow your business. Now, how do you do that? How do you grow your business and find the right team members? Well, the way that you go about doing this is that you need to document every single thing. Like, literally spend a day, right? Spend a day. I had to do this a couple days ago, where I had to write down, honestly, the shit that I didn't want to do. Like, I didn't want to post. I didn't want to do my conversations, or I didn't want to do this. Just like write a whole big ass list of all the shit that you do not want to do, right? And the thing is that when you write all these things down, you're going to really identify and see like, wow, this is where my time has been going. Honestly, like, you're going to see yourself, you're like, this is where my time has been going, and I just don't want to do it anymore, right? So what you're going to do from there is that when you document everything, now it's time to, really take it a step further. And as you're doing those tasks, go ahead and get Loom or Zoom, Zoom. But anyways, get one of those things, a recording software. And since you're going to be doing the tasks already, go ahead and record yourself doing it and probably walk through your methodology and your process. Now, why do I recommend doing this? Well, the thing is that when you go to hire and source candidates, you need to make sure that you have the training set in place before you do that, because there's no point in you hiring someone and then now you're paying for them, but you don't have anything to give them. You don't have like a Trello board, you don't have a Google Drive, you don't have like modules, you don't have videos, you don't have a portal. So it doesn't make sense for you to grab a candidate and then not train them, right? And so that's actually one of the mistakes that a lot of people who are scaling their business tend to make, is that, they don't take the time to train their VAs, or they don't take the time to actually they don't take the time to actually really, work with them and train them properly. And then you're wondering, you're like, shit, Tina, like, why do I need to delegate? Because it seems as though that it's easier for me to do the dang thing than to delegate it, right? And I'm going to ask you, did you train them? Now, if you train them, then it's a different story. The follow-up question I'm going to ask you is, did you keep them accountable to what you trained them with? And this is leadership, right? Because so often we are that person who does everything in our business. We're able to lead ourselves. Like, let's be honest, if you are an entrepreneur, you're more than likely some level of high achiever. You have no problem doing work. You probably have a problem of, not doing work and getting bored. I know I definitely have had this challenge in the past, right? And the thing is that what tends to happen is that you're going to have to really take the time to effectively train them, because if you're not allowing them the space to make mistakes, then you're going to get frustrated. Like, honestly, allow them to make mistakes, because I know damn well that you made mistakes in your business and you didn't get it right off the bat. Right? So give your VAs the grace to do that. Now, obviously, there's a grace period that I recommend for you to do that. If it's more than 2 weeks and they're just not getting it, then it may not be a good fit for you, but give your VA the space to grow and to learn. And also, this is very critical, do not do the job for them. You hired them to do the work. Now teach them. If you're a coach specifically, like teach them. That is what you do. You teach, right? You bestow your knowledge, teach them, work with them, and really help them, because at the end of the day, it's going to help your business and it's going to save you so much time. And honestly, I think time is more important than money, hands down, right? Let me know. I just want to pop in. If you guys are catching this live or you're catching the replay, is this making sense? Please go ahead and comment in the comments and say, yes, this is making sense. And if not, then I will go ahead and refer back to this and give you some training, give you some guidance and coaching, right? But the next step is that you have to really understand that as you're scaling your business and outsourcing the tasks that you no longer want to do, now is your time to shine, to really focus on your zone of genius. Now, in the beginning, it may be tough, right? Usually what tends to happen is that in the beginning, when you're making all these hiring changes, you're going to see a lot of your time, split up because you're working with clients, you're working with your team members, but it's all for a goal. It's all for a purpose, because after you've taken the time to hire them and outsource, your tasks that you're working, automating and outsourcing, then it's going to allow you to focus on your zone of genius, right? For example, if you are a coach and you are someone who's like, I just want to coach my clients. That's all I want to do. I don't want to focus on this revenue shit. Like, I don't want to focus on this DM strategy. Well, that is why you did all the work to hire them. And, in conversation funnels, we talk a lot about, effectively delegating, but more importantly, being okay with just focusing on your zone of genius. Because for so long, you've been the solo entrepreneur. You've been that person that does everything in your business, from content creation, from posting on social media, from like driving revenue in the DMs, through being the coach. And it's exhausting. It's overwhelming. And I am not afraid to call that shit out. Like, it is exhausting. And that is why you need help in your business. And so when you truly allow yourself to focus on your zone of genius and you're scaling, you're going to notice that your revenue is going to be going up. Actually, your revenue is going to be going up because you're going to be a lot less stressed. Right? Let's think about that. I mentioned this earlier. You're going to be a lot stressed. You're going to go to sleep knowing at night that you're going to be able to pull leads in your business and drive revenue in your business. And that's okay. Like, you didn't have to do anything because you had the help to do it. Right? And in conversational funnels, we really talk about being okay with doing nothing. Right? Because if you realize that 5 hours of your day is spent driving revenue in the DMs, and then you outsource that, well, congratulations. Now you have 5 extra hours. Now go have fun. Go do a hobby. Go take that vacation that you initially said that you would do when you started this business. Because let's be honest, you probably want to get to it. You didn't start this business to be, training a 9-to-5 for 24/7. You started this business to actually have time and financial freedom, and that requires growth. And go ahead and do that. But more importantly, it requires for you to go ahead and check out my Scale Your DMs checklist. So if you're a person, you're watching this, you're like, damn, Tina, that's me, then you need to go ahead and grab my checklist, the Scale Your DMs checklist, where we really talk about, how to do this, how to effectively automate and outsource your business and your lead gen activities so that you can really grow your business and truly focus on just your zone of genius. It is completely free. I will put the link in the comments below after this video, or if you can do me a favor, just comment DM so that I know to send you the checklist that you can grab it, or it would be in the link in my bio. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's a choice to scale. It's a choice to grow your business. And I choose to do that. But more importantly, it's important for you to choose to do that as well. So that is all I had to say. I wanted to say thank you for all those who are popping in live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you on the next video. Talk to you then.